Good morning. It's I, yes, JP the Outlaw, the voice that makes the moist, your favorite color commentator, the savior of ill behavior. And I'm here to give you my 5-minute review, which I am now calling and phrasing the recap of Monday Night Raw. As we started off, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H and Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey, they have a sit-down contract signing. During this sit-down contract signing, words were spewed. Of course, they said things that, Ronda Rousey, you messed it up for Kurt, blah, blah, blah. The one problem, the one issue that I take away from this whole scenario, Ronda Rousey, if you're building her as the next female Stone Cold Steve Austin, why the hell is she going through the table a week before WrestleMania? She should not have went through the table. She should not have been touched. If anything, Kurt Angle should have went through the table. It would have made better sense because you've already put Triple H through a table. But that's my one critique on that. Not hyped about this match at all. I really like Ronda Rousey. I wish she was being handled better by the WWE. Moving on, you have Bayley versus Sonya Deville in a great match. I wish they would break Absolution up and make Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose their own separate entities. Because with Paige and them playing Paige music, you only think of Paige. You don't think of Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. I'm pretty sure half the people listening don't even know who the fuck that is. That's the other two women that's rolling right now with Paige. Okay? Break them up. Give them their own separate identities. Great match, by the way. Sonya Deville still green as fuck. Bayley put on a great performance. Sasha Banks comes out at the end of it and tells Bayley to raise her hand. Bayley then says no. Sasha grabs her by the face and tells her to raise her hand. Didn't I tell you what to do? And again, Bayley responds, knocks Sasha out. And I'm thinking, going into the Women's Royal Rumble, that this will be the marquee match of the Women's Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Seth Rollins, of course, just a performance of a lifetime, of course, between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. I think this should be the match at WrestleMania. Get The Miz out of there. But I still have high hopes for Finn Balor walking away the Intercontinental Champion at this year's WrestleMania. Moving on to a backstage segment with Kurt Angle and Paul Heyman. Kurt Angle warns Paul Heyman to not have Brock Lesnar go out there and excite Roman Reigns later tonight in the program. Paul Heyman laughs, of course, at Kurt Angle and walks off. Actually, check this segment out. There's a little bit more to it, but I think it was a great segment, especially for Paul Heyman being a talker. You got the Bar calling out Braun Strowman in the middle of the ring, trying to figure out who's his tag team partner. Talking mega trash, saying that you guys have no chemistry and this is why the Bar is going to win. Out comes Braun. Braun dresses up as Smart Braun and starts laying waste to the Bar. I would like to see, like I said before, check out my WrestleMania, What's Wrong with WrestleMania episode, and you'll see that I said before he only had 3 choices: Samoa Joe, Bobby Lashley, or Elias. But just go in there and I'll give you a little bit more detail about that. John Cena in the middle of the ring calling out The Undertaker. Again, The Undertaker pulls a no-show for WrestleMania. I love this storyline. You have a desperate John Cena fighting to try to get on to the WrestleMania, to try to claim a spot to go up against one of the all-time greats in The Undertaker. I think this is a great story. Undertaker, of course, pulled a no-show right before Mania. John Cena hypes the crowd to get The Undertaker to come out. It never comes out. And that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens at Mania. Going on to the 4-minute mark here. Elias versus Kurt Hawkins. Of course, Elias picks up the quick win. A backstage interview with Nia Jax that ended pretty good. I like Nia Jax on her promo work. You got Asuka and Dana Brooke versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. Why the hell is Dana Brooke tag teaming with Asuka? Makes no sense. Of course, Asuka submits Mickie James to pick up the win, and that takes us to our last segment of the night. You have Brock Lesnar versus Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman in the middle of the ring, hyping their match, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Of course, he calls out the undisputed, undefeated, unrelenting fucking Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar comes down and just completely says nothing. As always, Roman comes out to the ring. To paint a little picture here for you, they have the jobbers out there to stop Roman from getting to the ring. But he tells them to move the hell out the way. You got y'all standing out here to protect the part-timer. And these guys spread like the fucking Great Red Sea. I think this was a great segment to close with. I wouldn't have had Roman lift the title and then have Brock jump up and F5 Roman. I would have ended with Brock looking strong. Roman Reigns really looking at like his wits end, getting Brock getting the better of Roman for the past 3 weeks. I would have ended on that note. And that is your Raw review in a little bit over 5 minutes. I tried to keep it under, but that's all of what happened on Raw. If I was moving too fast, you guys please let me know, and we will go over it again in full detail in my on the JP show this weekend. So you'll get a full review of Raw, SmackDown in 1 hour, and we'll try to make that happen. But you're going to talk about both shows. Of course, NXT is its own entity, so you always get NXT by itself. Please go out there, check out what the conversations that we had about Raw, and go in there and check out the conversations we had about Raw and SmackDown on the WrestleMania card and the build up to WrestleMania. Also, check out my JP Universe Mode roster, which will be done today. I'm putting the final touches on it. It'll be up sometime afternoon this time. So, yeah, you guys be safe. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.